Hey Switch fans, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today, we're looking at the most exciting games coming to Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. Whether you're sticking with your current Switch or planning to upgrade, these games are definitely worth keeping on your radar. Let's start the countdown. Terminator 2D No Fate is shaping up to be an intriguing throwback for players who enjoy fast, responsive, side-scrolling action wrapped in a familiar sci-fi universe. Built with a crisp pixel art presentation, it blends set pieces inspired by Terminator 2 with completely new scenarios that expand the timeline, letting you switch between Sarah Connor, the T-800, and even John Connor in future war missions. The game leans into variety, offering modes like Story, Arcade, Boss Rush, and an endless challenge option, which gives it that score-chasing energy old-school fans tend to appreciate. Stages mix tight combat encounters with cinematic moments, and the Reimagined soundtrack helps sell the atmosphere without leaning too heavily on nostalgia. On Nintendo Switch, the title has gone through multiple delays, largely due to the publisher aiming for a simultaneous digital and physical launch, but the current planned release date is December 12th, 2025. Despite the shifts, the project feels like it's headed toward a polished debut, especially with its multiple endings and replay-focused design, making it one of the more interesting retro-inspired releases headed to the console this year. Morsels is an upcoming top-down roguelite arriving on Nintendo Switch, built around a clever mix of creature collecting and fast, reactive combat. You play as a hungry mouse, navigating grimy sewers until you encounter a strange, sentient fatberg that grants you the ability to transform into morsels, odd little monsters with their own abilities and combat traits. As you progress, you build a roster of these forms, swapping between them mid-battle to handle shifting enemy patterns and environmental hazards. The game leans into a gritty yet playful style, with quirky animations, sharp sound design, and a soundtrack from the composer behind Grindstone and Reigns Beyond, giving each run its own rhythm. Hidden bonus stages change up the visuals and rules, adding surprises that encourage replaying and experimenting with different loadouts. Annapurna's involvement hints at a polished, character-driven experience, and the Switch version supports every play mode, with smooth performance promised at launch. The official eShop listing sets the release date for the 18th of November 2025, putting it firmly on the radar for players who enjoy action roguelites that reward adaptability and experimentation. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition marks the series' return in a big way, bundling the full RPG experience with every major expansion and a massive collection of Creation Club add-ons. This edition includes the base game, all 6 DLC packs, and more than 150 curated creations, wrapped together with a new in-game creations menu that makes browsing and activating community-driven content far more streamlined. What makes this release particularly notable for Nintendo fans is its confirmed arrival on the Nintendo Switch 2, marking the first time the full Fallout 4 package will be playable on a Nintendo system. The game's blend of open-world exploration, branching quests, and settlement building remains intact, and the Anniversary Edition aims to deliver a smoother, more cohesive experience, thanks to unified content support. While PC, PlayStation, and Xbox received the game on 10th November 2025, the Nintendo version is scheduled for 2026, with Bethesda confirming that the enhanced hardware of Switch 2 is required to run this complete edition. For players who enjoy long-form RPGs with customization and freedom at their core, this release is shaping up to be one of the biggest third-party titles headed to Nintendo's next-generation system. Demonschool is an upcoming tactical RPG for Nintendo Switch that blends supernatural horror with school life mechanics in a stylish, character-driven campaign. You follow Faye, a freshman descended from a long line of demon hunters, as she arrives on a strange island campus where academic routines collide with eerie rituals and creatures emerging from another realm. The game uses a distinctive motion equals action system. You plan all your moves during a strategy phase, then watch your entire squad execute them at once, allowing tight combos, coordinated strikes, and clever repositioning. Outside of combat, you shape Faye's schedule, pick classes, and form relationships with a cast of quirky classmates whose bonds directly influence battle performance. The presentation mixes 2D and 3D elements with a visual style inspired by vintage Italian horror and manga, giving the world a surreal, unsettling edge. Monsters are grotesque and varied, and the narrative leans into mystery as you uncover the campus's secrets. After earlier delays, the Nintendo eShop now lists the launch date as 19th November 2025, making it a notable indie release for players who enjoy tactics, atmosphere, and character interaction woven into one experience.
I want to introduce you to our cast of characters, starting with Faye, the protagonist. She's the last practicing demon hunter after her grandfather died. She pulls together a crew of other students to fight the demon hordes who are breaking through to the human world, including Newt, whose family has run a shrine for 1,000
Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties brings a fresh take on one of the series' pivotal entries, delivering both a full remake of Yakuza 3 and an all-new expansion that explores the perspective of Yoshitaka Mine. In the Kiwami 3 portion, players step into Kazuma Kiryu's shoes with fully remastered visuals, updated combat mechanics, and quality-of-life improvements, including modernized menus and extra cutscenes that enhance the original narrative. Combat now features multiple styles, including the classic Dragon of Dojima brawler style, and a new Ryukyu style with Okinawan weapons, adding depth and versatility to encounters. Dark Ties offers a unique narrative twist, letting players experience Mine's rise from entrepreneur to formidable Yakuza figure, with a boxing-inspired combat style and a dark awakening mechanic to amplify his power. The package is confirmed for Nintendo Switch 2, supporting TV, handheld, and tabletop modes with a release date set for 12th February 2026. Weighing in at around 46 gigabytes, it promises a polished experience that balances nostalgia with new content. For both longtime fans and newcomers, this release provides a compelling combination of story, strategy, and character-driven action, making it one of the most anticipated titles for Nintendo's next-generation console.
Got nothing to do with this place!
Spare them! Spare this orphanage! Please! Putting your life on the line doesn't give it any meaning. You're just throwing it away. There will come a time when you can show the world what you're made of. For now, just trust me.
That brings together key entries in Capcom's long-running horror franchise, making it an ideal package for both newcomers and longtime fans. The bundle includes Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition with all DLC, Resident Evil Village Gold Edition, including the Winter's expansion and Trauma Pack, and a brand new mainline entry, Resident Evil Requiem, offering fresh story and gameplay content. On Switch 2, the pack will deliver enhanced visuals and optimized performance for portable, tabletop, and docked modes, letting players experience the series' signature tension and atmosphere on the go. Scheduled for release on 27th February 2026, the Generation Pack comes as a box set with digital keys for all 3 games, providing a comprehensive horror experience in a single purchase. By combining classic survival horror with modern installments and a completely new entry, this release promises a deep dive into the Resident Evil saga, featuring varied combat, exploration, and puzzle solving across different timelines and locations. while giving players the flexibility to enjoy the full story on Nintendo's latest hardware.
What the fuck are you talking about? They're dead. They're all dead.
This house has seen more than you can imagine, and it knows.
Mario Tennis Fever is an upcoming tennis game for Nintendo Switch 2 that expands the series with a mix of classic gameplay and inventive new mechanics. Scheduled for release on the 12th of February 2026, it introduces the Fever Racket system, allowing players to build a fever gauge during rallies and unleash unique racket abilities, from freezing the court to duplicating characters. The game features the largest roster in Mario Tennis history, with 38 playable characters, each bringing their own style to the court. Multiple modes cater to a variety of playstyles. Traditional tournament matches, the quirky Adventure Mode, where Mario and friends navigate tennis challenges as babies facing monsters, Trial Towers for solo challenges, mix-it-up matches with chaotic Wonder effects, and online ranked and room matches. Motion controls let you swing the Joy-Con like a real racket, while TV, handheld, and tabletop support ensures flexible play. With its colorful, dynamic courts, strategic depth from Fever rackets, and a story-driven adventure mode, Mario Tennis Fever blends the series' signature charm with fresh mechanics, making it one of the most anticipated sports titles for Nintendo's next-generation console.
Aim for the top by completing different objectives in the Trial Towers mode. Play matches with unexpected rules in Mix It Up mode. Even some where you'll experience wonder effects.
Professor Layton and the New World of Steam is an upcoming puzzle adventure game for Nintendo Switch that brings the beloved series into a fresh, steampunk-inspired setting. Set in the American city of Steam Bison, 1 year after Unwound Future, the story follows Luke Triton as a detective, navigating a city filled with mechanical wonders and hidden mysteries, while Professor Layton becomes entwined in a complex case that spans the city. True to the series, the game blends narrative-driven exploration with brain-teasing puzzles, now crafted in collaboration with QuizKnock, known for their inventive quizzes and riddles, promising challenges that are both clever and engaging. Players can expect to interact with richly designed environments, uncover secret pathways, and solve logic puzzles that influence the progression of the story. Originally planned for 2025, the release has been postponed, and the current expected launch is set for 2026, though a precise date has not been confirmed. With its mix of classic Layton charm, new characters, and the mechanically intricate world of Steam Bison, this installment promises to deliver a deep, thoughtful adventure for fans of mystery, exploration, and puzzle solving on Nintendo's latest hardware.
なんだ
ルーク下がるんだ
あキングガンマン城地震
ルーク体勢を低く
まさかキングガンマン城が地震を
さあねだがキングガンマン城には何
Assassin's Creed Shadows is an upcoming action-adventure title coming to Nintendo Switch 2 on the 2nd of December 2025, offering a full open-world experience set in the 16th century Japan. Players alternate between two protagonists, Naoe, a stealthy kunoichi assassin, and Yasuke, a formidable samurai, blending classic Assassin's Creed stealth, parkour, and combat mechanics with new character-specific abilities. The game will include almost all post-launch updates available on other platforms, though the Claws of Awaji DLC is planned for early 2026. Switch 2 enhancements include touchscreen support for menus, maps, and in-game systems, as well as Ubisoft Connect cross-progression, allowing saves to carry over from PC, PlayStation, or Xbox versions. The title will be available as a digital game key card, requiring download rather than cartridge storage. With its historically rich Japanese setting, diverse playable characters, and the signature Assassin's Creed mix of exploration, stealth, and narrative-driven missions, Shadows promises to be a compelling entry for both longtime fans and newcomers on Nintendo's next-generation hardware, offering deep immersion into the franchise's lore while taking advantage of the portability and versatility of the Switch 2. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 Nintendo Switch 2 Edition is an upcoming release for 21st of November 2025 that revitalizes the popular Musou-style action game for Nintendo's next-generation hardware. This edition leverages Switch 2's enhanced performance to allow larger enemy crowds, smoother animations, and upgraded visuals while retaining the series' signature over-the-top, high-energy battles across iconic one-piece locations. Fans will find familiar characters alongside new additions through Character Pack number 7, the Future Island Egghead Pack, which introduces Rob Lucci, CP0, S. Snake, and Jewelry Bonnie, each with unique alternate outfits that add variety to combat. Players who already own the original Switch version can access a free upgrade, making it easy to transition to the enhanced edition. The game preserves its hallmark blend of chaotic crowdfighting, character-specific abilities, and story-driven missions, ensuring that both longtime fans and newcomers can dive into the world of pirates, treasure, and epic duels. With larger battles, extra characters, and Switch 2 optimizations, this edition offers a fresh, exhilarating way to experience the One Piece saga on Nintendo's next-generation console. The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon is an upcoming JRPG for Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, scheduled for release on the 15th of January 2026. The game follows 3 protagonists, Von Arkwright, Reen Schwarzer, and Kevin Graham, whose lives become entwined in a sprawling conspiracy that spans the continent of Zemuria and humanity's first ventures into space. Maintaining the series' hallmark narrative depth, it combines character-driven storytelling with tactical combat, now enhanced by new mechanics, such as shard commands, awakening abilities, and a time-freezing Zoc system that adds strategic layers to both field exploration and battle. The Switch 2 edition takes advantage of the platform's improved hardware to offer smoother performance and visual upgrades, while delivering the full JRPG experience on the go. For collectors and fans, a limited edition includes a steelbook, artbook, mini soundtrack, and an acrylic clock, while the standard version comes as a downloadable game keycard. With its mix of rich world building, intricate character arcs, and refined combat mechanics, Trails Beyond the Horizon promises to be a standout entry in the Trails series, offering both longtime followers and newcomers a compelling reason to explore its vast, story-driven universe on Nintendo's next-generation hardware. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is an upcoming remake of the classic JRPG, arriving on Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 on 5th February 2026. This edition transforms the original's world into a charming diorama-style presentation, with towns, dungeons, and environments crafted like miniature sets, giving the game a unique, handcrafted aesthetic. The turn-based combat system has been modernized with quality-of-life features such as adjustable battle speed and auto-battle, making encounters smoother while retaining strategic depth. A new moonlighting system allows players to equip 2 vocations simultaneously, enabling flexible combinations of skills and magic that enhance tactical options during exploration and battles. The story follows the familiar journey across continents to restore lost fragments of the past, now presented with updated visuals, refined animations, and immersive environmental detail. Pre-orders include bonus items like a special hero costume and in-game seeds to aid early progression. Notably, the Switch 1 and Switch 2 editions are separate, with no save transfer or upgrade path between them.
Haha, this is the stuff! You and me battling side by side again. Flame Splitter!
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is an upcoming side-scrolling beat-em-up, launching on the 1st of December 2025 for Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. Set across iconic Marvel locations, from the streets of New York to the depths of the Negative Zone, the game pits a roster of 15 heroes, including Spider-Man, Nova, Wolverine, Captain America, Storm, Phyla-Vell, Black Panther, and Cosmic Ghost Rider, against Annihilus and the Annihilation Wave in a star-spanning cosmic conflict. Players select 2 characters to form a team and use the Cosmic Swap system to switch between them in real time, creating dynamic combos and unleashing character-specific special attacks. Local and online co-op support up to 4 players, allowing friends to join in on the fast-paced action. The game features pixel art visuals that evoke classic beat-em-ups while incorporating modern flair and cinematic sequences to enhance the Marvel experience. With a lightweight 623 megabytes download on Switch, it's easily accessible for portable play. The combination of team-based combat, online multiplayer, and a rich roster of heroes and villains makes Marvel Cosmic Invasion an engaging and strategic brawler, delivering both single-player and cooperative action for fans of Marvel's cosmic saga on Nintendo's latest console.
Let's ride together. I'm fired up. Go crazy, Buzzball. Vibranium blade. Thunder slash. Flaring skull. Thunder strike. Enough.
Ys Memoire, Revelations in Celceta is an upcoming action JRPG for Nintendo Switch, set to launch in the West in early 2026. A remastered and enhanced version of Ys, Memories of Celceta, it follows Adol Christin as he explores the vast, untamed land of Celceta, uncovering lost memories and confronting powerful foes. The game features fast-paced, party-based combat with dynamic ally switching, allowing players to chain attacks, magic, and special abilities in real time. Exploration is emphasized through a robust mapping system, rewarding players for venturing off the beaten path and uncovering hidden treasures. Music fans can enjoy the option to toggle between the original soundtrack and a newly arranged score, enhancing the game's immersive atmosphere. Western players will have access to a Day 1 edition, including a 3D acrylic keychain diorama, 2-disc soundtrack, 5 art cards, and a cloth map of Celceta, while standard physical and digital editions offer more accessible pricing. With updated visuals, refined mechanics, and additional quality-of-life improvements, Ys Memoire, Revelations in Celceta, delivers both nostalgia and freshness, making it a compelling adventure for longtime fans and newcomers, exploring the world of Ys on Nintendo's latest consoles. Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection is an upcoming JRPG for Nintendo Switch 2, scheduled to release on 13th March 2026. Set 200 years after the previous conflict, the game follows a rider who becomes entwined in tensions between the nations of Azuria and Vermeil after a rare egg hatches, revealing twin Rathalos that signal a looming upheaval. Players will hatch, raise, and bond with a variety of monsties, forming strategic partnerships for turn-based combat that emphasizes tactical depth and character synergy. The narrative focuses on personal growth, monster relationships, and unfolding political intrigue, offering a more story-driven experience than previous entries in the series. The world features vibrant, painterly 3D environments designed to highlight sweeping landscapes and detailed monster designs, enhancing exploration and immersion. Pre-orders include bonuses such as the Skyscale Queen layered armor for Eleanor, adding cosmetic flair to gameplay. With its combination of rich storytelling, emotionally engaging character arcs, dynamic monster interactions, and refined battle mechanics, Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection promises to deliver a compelling and immersive adventure for both longtime fans and newcomers, making full use of Switch 2's hardware capabilities for a visually and mechanically enhanced experience. The Duskbloods is an upcoming multiplayer action title from Software, directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki, set for release on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. Combining PvPvE gameplay, it allows up to 8 players to compete against each other while facing environmental enemies, creating tense and unpredictable encounters. Players take on the role of Bloodsworn, beings imbued with supernatural powers through their cursed blood, engaging in a struggle for the first blood as humanity teeters on the edge of darkness. The game's gothic horror aesthetic evokes Victorian architecture, vampiric themes, and atmospheric environments reminiscent of Bloodborne, while combat and movement are designed to be acrobatic and fluid, featuring double jumps, dashes, and ranged attacks for dynamic encounters. Although heavily focused on multiplayer, the narrative and world building retain From Software's signature depth, with rich lore and environmental storytelling woven throughout the gothic landscapes. With its combination of competitive action, cooperative elements, dark narrative, and immersive design, the Duskbloods promises to deliver a fresh and intense experience for fans of Souls-like action, fully optimized for the portability and capabilities of Nintendo Switch 2.2, marking a bold new entry for the studio on Nintendo's next-generation hardware.
I pray that you are able, carrier of blood.
The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales is an upcoming HD 2D action RPG from Square Enix, scheduled for release on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. Players take on the role of Elliot, a bold adventurer, accompanied by his fairy companion Faye, exploring the expansive continent of Philadelphia, a land embroiled in conflict among beast tribes and protected by a mysterious magical barrier. Combat is real-time and highly dynamic, allowing Elliot to wield 7 different weapon types, from swords and bows to chains and sickles, each upgradable with magicite crystals to suit individual playstyles. Faye actively participates in battles, gathers items, and can be controlled directly in co-op mode, adding a strategic layer to encounters. The narrative spans 1,000 years, inviting players to uncover ancient ruins, solve time-spanning mysteries, and experience a richly woven story filled with exploration, discovery, and adventure. The game's HD 2D presentation combines nostalgia with modern polish, showcasing vibrant environments, detailed character designs, and fluid animations that enhance both exploration and combat. A free demo is already available on the Switch 2 eShop, offering a glimpse of its mechanics and world.
Strengthen your weapons by equipping different combinations of magicite. Try out all sorts of variations to find the playstyle that works for you. Your fairy companion, Faye, can also...
Octopath Traveler 0 is an upcoming HD 2D turn-based RPG from Square Enix, set to release on Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 on the 4th of December 2025. Serving as a prequel to the beloved Octopath Traveler series, the game allows players to create their own protagonist, customizing appearance, skills, and even their favorite dish. The story revolves around rebuilding a hometown devastated by catastrophe, giving the narrative a strong restoration and community-driven arc. Combat retains the series' signature break and boost system, while expanding tactical options with up to 8 party members, arranged in front and back rows, offering deeper strategic possibilities. A new town-building mechanic lets players place structures, fields, and facilities on a grid, with upgrades unlocked through exploration and successful battles. Fans of previous Octopath titles can access bonus campaigns and save data rewards, providing continuity for longtime players. The game combines classic turn-based RPG mechanics with HD 2D visuals, featuring meticulously crafted environments, dynamic character sprites, and cinematic animations that enhance both exploration and combat.
No, I have no intention of following your script.
August! We're going to take out Herminia.
I must atone for my sins, even if it costs me my very life!
For I am the master of all. You would defy your king?
Elden Ring Tarnished Edition is an upcoming premium package for Nintendo Switch 2, combining the base Elden Ring game with the Shadow of the Erdtree expansion, plus additional armor sets and customization options for your mount, Torrent. Originally slated for a 2025 release, the launch has been postponed to 2026 to allow developers to optimize performance and stability for Switch 2 hardware. This edition promises the full, unabridged From Software experience on Nintendo's next-generation console, including the open-world exploration, challenging combat, and deep lore that defined the original title. Players can expect improved performance tailored to Switch 2, with smoother frame rates and better visual fidelity to capture the atmospheric environments of the lands between. The package also offers quality-of-life enhancements and new customization features, allowing both returning veterans and newcomers to shape their tarnished adventurer with more freedom and style. With the full game, expansion content, and additional cosmetic and functional items included, Elden Ring Tarnished Edition aims to deliver a complete and immersive RPG experience, making it a compelling entry point for fans who want to experience the acclaimed series on Nintendo's next-generation hardware.
They will fight, and they will die in an unending curse.
Pokémon Pokopia is an upcoming life simulation game set to release on Nintendo Switch 2 on the 5th of March, 2026. Players take on the role of a Ditto, transformed into human form, tasked with restoring an empty land into a flourishing Pokémon paradise. The gameplay blends collection, crafting, and building. Gather resources like berries, rocks, and wood, design homes and furniture, farm vegetables, and create habitats that attract and nurture a variety of Pokémon. A unique feature allows Ditto to learn moves from befriended Pokémon, using abilities such as Bulbasaur's Leafage to grow plants or Squirtle's Water Gun to water crops, adding strategic depth to resource management. The game incorporates a dynamic day-night cycle and changing weather, creating an immersive, living world. Online and local multiplayer for up to 4 players enables cooperative building and exploration, letting friends join in shaping the paradise. The physical edition will come as a game key card, providing a digital download while reducing cartridge space. Combining relaxing life sim mechanics, creative building, and the charm of Pokémon interactions, Pokémon Pokopia promises a fresh and tranquil experience, inviting players to craft, nurture, and explore a vibrant world full of discovery and Pokémon companionship on Nintendo's next-generation console.
Particularly important requests. Work together with Pokémon. Your Pokémon friends will help you rebuild your world. They can light campfires, water plants.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is an upcoming cinematic action-adventure game set to release on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. Players step into the iconic fedora of Indiana Jones in 1937, embarking on a globe-spanning journey that takes them from the halls of Marshall College and the Vatican to Egyptian pyramids and sunken temples. The game blends stealth, melee, and gunplay with environmental interaction, allowing Indy to use his whip to swing across chasms, scale walls, and navigate complex terrain. Open area maps are filled with deadly traps, hidden secrets, and puzzles that reward exploration and clever problem-solving, while narrative-driven sequences advance a story steeped in mystery and adventure. The Switch 2 version includes the Order of Giants DLC, adding a Rome-based story arc featuring crypts, cultists, and ancient myths, ensuring a comprehensive experience for fans. With refined controls and visuals optimized for Nintendo's next-generation hardware, this edition promises smooth performance, immersive environments, and cinematic sequences that capture the thrill and tension of an Indiana Jones adventure.
You're messing with powers beyond your control.
You should know by now. I am always in control.
You're good at this.
Goodnight Universe is an upcoming narrative adventure for Nintendo Switch 2, released on the 11th of November 2025, with a physical edition following on the 9th of December 2025, that includes a digital soundtrack and art book. Developed by Nice Dream and published by Skybound Games, the story centers on Isaac, a 6-month-old baby who awakens with psychic abilities, while navigating the emotional complexities of seeking love and connection, all under the watchful eye of a secretive tech corporation. The game builds on the innovative mechanics of Before Your Eyes, using a camera as controller system, where players' facial expressions, head movements, and gaze influence gameplay, creating a deeply personal and immersive experience. Voice acting is a major highlight, featuring Lewis Pullman as Isaac, and supported by actors including Carrie Kenny Silver, Al Madrigal, and Beau Bridges, bringing emotional depth to the narrative. The world combines cinematic sequences with interactive exploration, puzzles, and psychic-powered abilities, emphasizing storytelling through both visual and player-driven interaction.
And then, when you're ready, they will get you home.
Aw, don't give me that look. You two will get along great.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is set to launch on Nintendo Switch to 22nd of January 2026, offering players a comprehensive and visually enhanced edition of the beloved remake. This version includes the base game along with the episode Intermission DLC, which centers on Yuffie Kisaragi in a new story arc set in Midgar, adding depth and additional perspective to the main narrative. A streamlined progression mode is available, giving players unlimited HP, MP, and ATB, allowing them to focus on the story and exploration without combat constraints. The Switch 2 version runs at 30 frames per second, optimized for smooth performance on Nintendo's next-generation hardware. And the physical edition comes as a game key card, requiring a digital download. With HD visuals, refined animations, and enhanced character models, the game captures the cinematic scope and dramatic storytelling of the original, while providing portability and accessibility. Square Enix has confirmed that the full Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, including Rebirth, will eventually arrive on Switch 2, making this platform a complete home for the series.
You're not real. You're dead.
This planet is my birthright.
I don't believe it. We played right into Shinra's hands.
The future isn't...
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero launched on Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 on the 14th of November 2025. The game returns to the classic 2D arena-style combat that made the Sparking series beloved, featuring fast-paced battles with a focus on team-based 3 vs 3 combat and dynamic assists. Players can choose from a roster that spans the entire Dragon Ball saga, including iconic heroes, villains, and fan-favorite transformations, each with unique moves, combos, and signature special attacks. The game introduces enhanced visuals optimized for Switch 2, blending cel-shaded 3D character models with smooth, vibrant animations that retain the feel of the anime while providing a modern polish. Alongside traditional versus and story modes, Sparking Zero includes online multiplayer with ranked and casual matches, as well as local co-op for competitive and friendly battles. Customization options allow players to tweak fighters' abilities, colors, and effects, adding a personal touch to each battle.
Let's show it right!
007 First Light is an upcoming action-adventure game for Nintendo Switch 2, set to release on 27th March 2026. It serves as an origin story for a young James Bond, chronicling his journey to earn the prestigious 00 status. Players will navigate a world of espionage using stealth, observation, and the game's unique instinct mechanic, which allows Bond to manipulate situations, bluff his way past guards, or gain tactical advantages in combat. Gadgets from Q-Branch are integral to gameplay, letting players hack systems, cut locks, create distractions, and incapacitate enemies in creative ways. Combat combines firearms, melee takedowns, throws, and parries, delivering a cinematic and fluid experience. The game features a fully voiced cast, including M, Q, and Miss Moneypenny, adding depth and personality to Bond's early missions. Multiple editions are available, including a standard digital edition, a physical specialist edition with exclusive skins, and deluxe content that adds outfits, weapon skins, and gadgets. The Switch 2 version uses a game key card for digital download, ensuring the full game experience on Nintendo's next-generation hardware.
Any sage advice?
Play nice.
Always.
Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is an upcoming 2D platformer for Nintendo Switch 2, slated for release in spring 2026. In this whimsical adventure, Yoshi encounters a magical talking book named Mr. E, whose pages are filled with entries about strange and unfamiliar creatures. The game's narrative revolves around exploration and discovery, as Yoshi journeys through the book's chapters to meet these creatures, uncover their behaviors, and expand the book's pages. Its visual style is charmingly storybook-like, combining handcrafted backgrounds and vibrant animations that evoke a sense of wonder and curiosity.
while maintaining the familiar, cozy aesthetic of previous Yoshi titles. Players are encouraged to interact with the world in creative ways, solving light puzzles, collecting hidden secrets, and helping the unusual fauna inhabit the book. Unlike more challenging platformers, the game emphasizes a relaxing, discovery-driven experience, inviting players to immerse themselves in a beautifully crafted universe full of surprises and whimsical details.
And they'll scatter in the air. Oh no! That creature is stuck! It seems like the dandelions can absorb nutrients. Oh, they can even cause rocks to crack. Thanks to them, we were able to break the rock.
Kirby Air Riders is an upcoming high-speed racing game for Nintendo Switch 2, scheduled for release on the 20th of November 2025. This sequel to the GameCube classic revives the beloved automatic acceleration racing style, now enhanced with upgraded modes and improved online and local multiplayer for up to 16 players. Iconic characters such as Kirby, King Dedede, Meta Knight, and Gooey return, each piloting vehicles with unique stats and special abilities, adding variety and strategy to every race. Tracks include both reimagined favorites and new courses, blending tight turns, ramps, rails, and boost zones to keep races dynamic and unpredictable. Players can also use copy abilities during races, turning the tables on opponents and opening up creative strategies in both competitive and casual play. The revamped City Trial mode encourages exploration and chaos, giving a fun, free-form alternative to standard racing. With fast-paced mechanics, vibrant visuals, and the signature charm of the Kirby universe, Kirby Air Riders combines accessible gameplay with depth for fans of all ages.
Resident Evil Requiem is an upcoming survival horror title for Nintendo Switch 2, set to release on the 27th of February 2026. Players take on the role of Grace Ashcroft, a young FBI analyst drawn into a dark and twisted investigation 30 years after the events of Raccoon City. Grace is haunted by her mother's tragic past and uncovers a chilling conspiracy linked to the mysterious Wrenwood Hotel and other familiar, fear-filled locations. The game allows players to seamlessly switch between first-person and third-person perspectives, enhancing immersion and tension as they navigate claustrophobic corridors, solve puzzles, and confront grotesque enemies. Built on a modern engine optimized for Switch 2, Requiem delivers detailed, atmospheric environments and high-fidelity visuals that heighten suspense and dread. The gameplay balances exploration, resource management, and combat, emphasizing strategy and careful planning over brute force. A deluxe edition includes extra costumes, weapon skins, and an audio pack, while themed collectibles, such as a Grace Ashcroft amiibo, expand the experience. With its blend of psychological horror, engaging narrative, and action-driven sequences, Resident Evil Requiem aims to deliver a compelling and terrifying experience, bringing one of the franchise's most ambitious entries to Nintendo's next-generation platform.
I'm coming! Keep moving. What's wrong? I'll explain later.
Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is set to release in 2026, though an exact date has not yet been announced. The game unfolds in a new kingdom, where a grand event known as the Heroic Games draws champions from across the realm to compete for the favor of a mysterious sovereign. Players will engage in classic turn-based combat, commanding units across varied and dynamic battlefields that emphasize strategy, positioning, and the interplay of unit classes. The story weaves together multiple protagonists, each with distinct motivations, backgrounds, and personal stakes, creating a complex narrative about ambition, loyalty, and fate. Character development remains central, with dialogue, relationships, and tactical choices influencing both battle outcomes and story progression. Fortune's Weave also introduces enhanced visuals and cinematic presentation, optimized for Nintendo's next-generation hardware, delivering a more immersive and polished experience while maintaining the series' signature art style. With a focus on strategic depth, rich storytelling, and replayable gameplay through multiple routes and endings, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave promises to captivate both longtime fans and newcomers, offering a fresh yet familiar journey through a world of heroes, intrigue, and tactical warfare. On the Switch, 2.
Satisfy me. For that reason, I refuse to die.
I won't let you hurt her!
And now warm blood is served in a crude cup.
You think I'd let...
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is set to release on the 4th of December 2025. The game follows Samus Aran as she lands on the enigmatic planet Viewrose, a world filled with ancient ruins, hostile creatures, and environmental puzzles. In addition to her classic arm cannon and combat abilities, Samus now wields psychic powers, allowing her to manipulate objects, interact with hidden mechanisms, and uncover secrets in ways that expand both exploration and strategy. Players will also have access to the Viola, a futuristic bike that adds verticality and speed to traversal, opening up new approaches to exploration and combat. The Switch 2 version offers performance options, letting players choose between higher visual fidelity or smoother frame rates, enhancing the gameplay experience. With its signature mix of atmospheric storytelling, intense combat, and deep exploration, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond aims to deliver the next-level Metroid experience. The game promises richly designed environments, clever level design, and a modernized approach to the franchise's first-person adventure mechanics, making it a compelling entry for both longtime fans and newcomers seeking a thrilling, immersive journey on Nintendo's next-generation console.
And there's our top 30 upcoming games for Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. From horror classics to anime action and everything in between, there's plenty to look forward to. Which of these games are you most excited about? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let me know if I missed any upcoming releases you're hyped for. Don't forget to like and subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo coverage. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.